I mean, like even like seeing like Clairmont like grow and all that too, like
Yeah,
and like seeing like that rise, you feel like it strengthened like your brotherhood like with him and like
yeah,
the accolades you both received within your careers, like which always remained like impactful regardless.
yeah. His wins are my wins, and my wins are his wins. Every like so, there's a 10 age or a 10 year difference between him and I, and at the start, it was really hard to deal with that because like, how can you relate? And then when he started making music when he was 16, I was like, it was my incentive to take care of him, right? And like, so we shaved off of like maybe 10 years out of his career, um, so that he didn't get duped and fooled into some things to the point where he actually surpassed us, like in terms of a lot of the rooms and records that he was working on, which is amazing, and to the point where he's ultimately like he's an award winner, right?
Yeah.
Like and he like once again, his wins are my wins and my wins are his wins. That's my brother to the end. And like it's absolutely made us closer. And like, you know what I mean? And now he's a man, like, you know what I mean? And we're men, and like and now we relate as men, like
Yeah,
as
exactly.
opposed to just big brother, little brother. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
And I
yeah.
mean, he made like a lot of like impact, like at age 17, at age 18, like he opened up for like Gold Link and
Yeah.
like was like on tour of like Sunreal and all that. And
Yeah.
like those were like some crazy times, like to see like a young artist
Yeah.
like get their shine and like recognition like at that start too. And like I feel like he does like deserves like his like flowers like in the Toronto scene and all that too, because like the sound and impact that he has,
Mhm.
it's transcends onto like the idea of like black music and culture and like just like in general too, like even with the idea of like black boy joy, the
Mhm.
whole form of like black excellence, like within
Yeah.
other aspects, it's amazing to see. And
Yeah.
I had like some crazy stories. I remember like I think the first song I listened to was like I think Flame Princess or something like that too.
Whoa. Yeah,
And
you're going way
like
back.
I remember like the music video like at that time too, like it had like that unique color grading and it was
Yeah.
just it transcended like very like deeply and all that. And like I remember like this kid's gonna be a star one day. This kid's gonna
Mm.
be doing shows like all over Toronto and all that, all over like the world and all that, and like
Mhm.
it'll like go far from there and all that. And then I remembered I wanted to go to because like, I remembered he was supposed to do like I think a shoot with like Harrison
Yeah.
at like some place
Harry,
on like
yeah.
Danforth and all that, and like I think yeah, to kind of fill in the form and all that, and
Yeah.
like. Initially, I was actually in my first year of like uni at that time
Yeah.
too, and like I remembered it was actually on an exam night or something like that, or sometime like during the day, and it was like I really wanted to go, and then like my family kind of had to stop me there, like, hey, you have an exam and all that. I don't think you're gonna have like any time, like, and you're not gonna get paid for it. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought like it would have been like a cool experience to be in a music video, to be as a background and all that too. But
That video was sick too.
yeah,
I yeah. Oh man. Well, shout outs to your family for setting priorities. Like it is cool to be part of things.
yeah,
Also, it is also cool to like complete tasks.
yeah, exactly.
So I think your family made a good decision, even though like that video is dope. I love everything Harry's doing, everything Clairemont's doing. Like, yeah, man, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because I remember that exact time. And you know what's funny too? Like Clairmont went from, think about that. Clairmont went from like Flame Princess getting covered on like Vice magazine and stuff like that, which at that time was enormous, right? Like he went from that to like winning awards for his music videos. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like once again, like when it comes down to music, when it comes down to visuals, when it comes down to performance, like, you know what I mean? Like, are we top tier? The answer is yes.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not even saying that to be arrogant. It's like, look, the proof is in the pudding. Like, put any famous artist next to like put their music video and their song next to ours. Like somebody that rolls within like I guess the worlds or the genres or whatever. And then put it next to one of ours. Like, can they stand side by side? Yes, absolutely. In a lot of cases, and I won't say too much more on this, like there are Easter eggs of people who follow Clairmont, for an example. Like, you know what I mean? And Easter eggs of they when they follow him, what are in his music videos, and then a year later, or maybe even less than that, a year or two later, like you see elements from Clairmont's music videos into major A-listers' music videos.
Yeah.
Sounds too.
And I mean, he was like the glue, like within that process too. I feel like Clairmont should have had that same fame and rise and just that impact, just like Toby and all that, and like Havaya Mighty, because I think that nowadays too, like they're using Havaya and like Toby kind of as like the scapegoats of this is how Toronto music should be, but Clairmont was like doing it way better and like even like way younger, like in that sense. So, and like not to dig on like Havaya or Toby.
No, I love both of them.
Yeah.
I love both Havaya and Toby. I think they're great. You know what I think it is too? A lot of what we do, me, Clairmont, Dens, like our band, the OBGMs, like a lot of Asia, like on Clairmont's side, Asia, Hezi, we are in-house. We are completely in-house. We don't have like even when we had a label like on the OBGM side, everything was in-house. We did that. You know what I mean? When it comes to like even right down to this last the
album
the album rollout, like I would say that was 90% Dens. Dens did that. That was Dens. You know what I mean? That's in-house. When it comes to Clairmont's rollout for his latest album, like that's Clairmont in Asia. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you look at all these things, it's just like we collaborate within reason and we collaborate like when it makes sense. But other than that, when you're talking funding and all that stuff like that, Clairmont doesn't have any funding. Like, you know what I mean? What are you talking about? When you're talking about the OBGMs, we didn't get any funding for this. That was our money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything is in-house. All these other people, and like, once again, I'm not ragging on any of these people, but a lot of these people, they get grants, they have record labels, they have all these different things. We don't do that. And because we don't do that, like, we don't get some of the same accolades. And I was talking to Clairmont about this earlier this week, and I like what he said about this. Like, he's like, we've been playing the game, the industry game without the industry, expecting industry results. And the truth is that doesn't matter. We're playing a different game. We need to stop expecting industry results playing outside of the industry. And for Clairmont, the reason why he's not getting industry results, like, which he already has, he has the Juno nod if you want that. He's been long-listed how many times? Like, it's already happened. Like, even us, we've been shortlisted on Polaris. Like, you know what I mean? And that's cool and all. But largely, a lot of the things that we've done has been direct to consumer, direct to the people. Like, you know what I mean? Clairmont has had one of the best listening sessions I've ever seen any artist have. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? To the point where actual celebrities are in the room. Like, you know what I mean? But that, like, with Clairmont, it's direct to consumer. Yeah, exactly. So when it comes down to it, Clairmont was like, yo, I'm like, and maybe I shouldn't even say this, but Clairmont was like, yo, I'm done with like thinking about getting like industry love. Like, I'm with the people. Like, you know what I mean? And honestly, like, if you really, really look at it, if you look at the success of a West Side Gun, the success of an Alchemist, the success of a lot of these bands or artists, like, comes from being direct to consumer. Like, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, like, I wanted a Grammy, I wanted this, I wanted that. And then I mean, I've been around the block enough times that I recognize what an okie doke looks like. Yeah. Right? An okie doke is, for an example, saying that you got a Juno nod, being at the Junos, and then realizing that you're in a stadium where you can't even walk down to the red carpet, so all the winners are on the other side. That's an okie doke. You know what I mean? And the reality is that they're kind of just putting you there because, like, it was kind of undeniable to put you there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, this new now it's easier to be direct to consumer, period. Clairmont's streaming numbers have been solid, like, for everything that he's released since whenever. Like, you know what I mean? So he may not necessarily in some cases he has gotten the billboard like downtown, and really, like, then you also got to gauge, like, does that truly move the needle with the people?
Exactly.
Right? Do brand sponsorships truly move the needle with the people? Right? Because it might be a great paycheck. Hell, Clairmont's done it. Like, you know what I mean? Get great paychecks out of that. But like, if you're trying to move music and you're trying to move the people, direct to consumer is the best way. And Clairmont's found a way to do it. The band has found a way to do it. Like, that's how we've been able to sell these hard tickets outside of the city of Toronto. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even within Toronto, we sold out that show too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and that's been a direct to consumer thing. Yes, we also do play some certain industry games too. Like, and we're happy to do it too. But like, at the same time,
it's like on your own like terms and on your exactly.
It's on our terms, and this is what's interesting about like the Drake lawsuit, right? Because even from a hip hop perspective, it looks corny, and I agree that it does look corny. But in a hip hop perspective, or forget hip hop, in a business perspective, if the discovery goes how I think it should go, it is about to be revealed that a lot of this shit that you see online is fake. Streaming numbers, payola to labels and stuff like that, or not from labels to like record radio shows and all this and placements and all that. Payola is about to be revealed. Like, all these different things are about to be revealed, and you'll see that a lot of it is fake.
Yeah.
Shit, followers, fake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is, right? There's always a way to get around something.
Yeah.
And there's always a way to get around something.
Yeah, even like placements too and all that.